Oh, bald eagle, bald eagle.
Swimming, a great way to cool down from the summer heat. However, there are places where most rational people would avoid. Join me, Daniel Wilson, as I ask the adventurous question: would you swim here?
Today we're exploring some really cool place here in Erie, North Erie. It's seriously gorgeous. Can you hear the nature behind me? I'm so excited. Maybe I'll go swimming here. I don't know, there's a lot of fishermen here today, and I don't want to get too many people angry at me. I'm not here to make enemies, or am I? So right behind me, I don't know if you can see the cliff, like right there. This is a bluff. Oh, bald eagle, bald eagle. See it? There's another one right there. The juvenile. That's like the adult. Wow, I didn't even see it. There's one in the tree right there. 3 bald eagles. Some of these like bluffs where the water has effectively eroded out the bank. Looks like almost 50 feet tall in some spots. Sometimes it erodes underneath the bank, you'll see right here. So it goes like that, and then when you step on it, it collapses under you, and I don't particularly want that. Look at that, guys. Absolutely gorgeous. We're not gonna touch this guy because he's a meal for the spider in this nest, but this is a tussock moth. If you ever see a hairy caterpillar similar to this, or just hairy at all, never touch them because sometimes they have irritoids in their little furry parts that can cause allergic reactions, itching, etc. And sometimes, in some of the more extreme cases, hospitalization. That out. I don't know if you could see it, but right here, literally where my toe is the edge of a cliff, and there's just tons of vegetation as it goes out into Lake Erie here, and it's probably from like where I'm standing to the water at least 40 or 50 feet at bare minimum. But I think I could go sade, as Bear Grylls would say, down the side of this, but I don't want to try that at all. But just thought I'd show you guys. So this is actually kind of cool, because this is a woolly bear, or what a lot of people know as a woolly bear. They go from black to orange to black. And a lot of people think that they're gonna be a predictor of the year to come. And so there was a lot of research, like, is this true or is this just myth? And they found something extremely interesting. And that is that it's not an indicator of the year to come, but rather of the previous year. Because the guy you're seeing right here, they go from black to red to black. When they're born, they're pretty much entirely black. Their first instar, or effectively their first life size, is completely black for the most part. And as they grow, that red is basically the growth zone. So they're actually an indicator of last year's success and how fertile the land was and how much food was available. So if there's a lot of red, it means the growing season was probably better last year. Not necessarily an indicator of the year to come. In fact, it's not an indicator of the year to come, but of the previous year. How cool is that? So now you know.
This is the common woodlouse. Originally native to parts of Europe, these isopods were introduced to the Americas, where they thrive under damp rocks and rotting wood, helping by playing roles as decomposers that eat dead organic matter, animal waste, and rotting wood. They aid in breaking down these types of organic matters to benefit the forest floor biome. And they're completely harmless, such a cute little guy. Boop!
Beautiful water down there, actually. This is what I mean when I say there's a drop off and you gotta be careful of those ledges. check out these myropods.
This myropod is a millipede and not a centipede. The way I know that this is a millipede and not a centipede is by looking at the legs. Millipedes have 2 pairs of legs per segment, and centipedes only have 1. This specific guy right here has 2 legs per segment, thus, it's a millipede. In fact, I know that this is a flat-backed millipede. Originally native to Western Europe, they love decaying plant matter such as these leaves and even fruit. And like the guy we saw earlier, the common woodlouse, they love to live under damp rocks and rotting wood. They can even be found just crawling around in the leaf litter. It's amazing to me the diversity of life way down here. People walk right past them every day not knowing the jungle of life just beneath their shoes.
My left over here is Lake Erie, and to my right is the creek or river system, I guess, that I'd like to go for a swim in. But we'll see. It's interesting because literally a Great Lake, and then not even 100 feet away is a beautiful pristine river ecosystem, one that's known for its trout species. There's so many fishermen out here, it's horrible. I don't know if you guys can see these, all this little white stuff here, all of these are zebra mussel shells, an invasive species here, and it is just like, you get them in the handfuls here.
They clarify water bodies by filtering out particles, and when they do that, by creating unnaturally clear water in shallower water bodies that would not naturally be clear, they can inadvertently increase the amount of algal blooms. And these algal blooms can be extremely dangerous for wildlife by releasing toxins into the water and even creating anoxic or oxygen-dead environments when they die. These can cause massive fish die-offs, and as a result, threaten other freshwater species that reside in those ecosystems. And they can even outcompete native mussel species. And that's exactly what we're seeing here in Lake Erie. So prevent the spread of mussels like the zebra mussel by cleaning off any gear that goes into one water body before moving it into another. Don't want to take any one of those hitchhikers anywhere else, that's for sure.
I'm super excited to be actually swimming here. The fishermen pretty much all left. They're out that way a ways, so I shouldn't be bothering them. But this is an awesome spot because this is a beautiful wildlife juncture where the lake and a river collide. And right here, you can see is the pinching point. So I might expect to see predator species sitting in here waiting for other animals to come in, like maybe a walleye or something like that. I'm expecting to see some sheephead, as well as maybe panfish and bass. And who knows what else really. But this is really cool too, because it goes from beautiful, pristine stream to Lake Erie. So let's see if we can see at this unique habitat juncture. I'm super excited, guys. Let's go. Oh, well, I think that part of the dive is over, but the exploration is not done yet. Didn't really see a whole lot, but man, it was spooky. Like the visibility was like pretty much zero. I'm gonna walk up along the bluffs here with my gear. One, I want to see, I would love to see a bald eagle again. Who knows? But also it's really pretty. Like right along here. Can you believe that's here in Pennsylvania? Oh man. Remember, Daniel, you left your shoes right here, okay? Okay, they're New Balance, but they're comfy and they're running shoes. So terrible hiking shoes as it turns out. But really good running shoes. Whoa. Just like, oh, everything's so slippery. Gotta be careful because I do have the actually great camera here. So don't want to lose that. Don't want to get that sucked into the water because it also has my nice mic. So. I'm sitting here just kind of enjoying really the beauty, just like sitting on some of these logs. You can kind of see that are brushed up along the bluffs here, looking at the mushrooms that are like right here, filming that, and just looking out on Lake Erie, enjoying the cool breeze that's coming in and listening to the crash of the small little waves. Ah, it's peaceful. It's beautiful. This is so pretty. This is what God intended, you know. This is so beautiful, it's so peaceful. Like, this is where I get away when I have like stress on my mind, or if I feel like the world is crashing around me. I come to places like these that kind of remind me that it's okay to take a step back and let the pressures of the world kind of just push away. And for me, it's places like these that draw me into God a little bit more and help me develop my relationship with Him and foster my passion for wildlife, for nature, and for beautiful places like this. Extraordinary. Washing my feet off real quick. Oh, so I don't have sand or bits and pieces of zebra mussel shells in my freaking shoes. I mean, they're sneakers. It was a bad idea to wear sneakers. Hindsight's always 20/20, but whew, I love places like these. It reminds me of like just like the power of nature, but it also reminds me of the tranquility you can somehow get from something seemingly so unattainably powerful. And that's kind of like the takeaway I get a lot of times from places like these. It's just like, they're just so incredibly beautiful. I mean, look at the power of the water. It just flattened these rocks, and you can see where over the who knows how many years these rocks have been just battered and worn smooth even. Some of these have ripple marks from the water and consistent breaking of the waves over top of them. Dude, it's so cool. Lift with your back. we've made it to the actual bluffs. Look, there they are. Dang. Our feet here at the bottom, the top of the bluffs are up there. Up there is where I was earlier. And I don't know if you can see it, but that's one of those ledges I was talking to you about, where you can see where the darker soil has just been eroded back in. So it's like, boom, and like you step up on a ledge, it could just give if you get too close. I don't know if you can kind of see, like right here with what I'm talking about. Oh! How crazy is that? Still so far up there. How crazy is that? Wow! Spider-Man. This is Erie Bluffs. You can see right here, just muddy, 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 where the tide and the water, especially in the winter months and when there's more water coming in, just beats on the side of this, and just has, between the water and the wind, has just eroded the sides of these beautiful banks, creating these bluffs that kind of back up against Lake Erie. Wow.
Well, I think this is a perfect place to end this video. I love doing adventures like these, so if you want to support me, or if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe for more awesome adventures to come. And as always, guys, keep it real, keep it wild, and I'll see you in my next adventures here on Real Wild Adventure.
Remind me about my shoes, guys.